It's like a letting go. You punch that bag and it's like all those internal frustrations or worries just come right out on the bag.
It always makes me feel better physically and emotionally after a class. The music takes you and helps with the movements.
Nice people, positive attitudes. Don't know if there's anything quite as fun as hitting the ball back and forth.
If I didn't have this class, I don't know how I would be doing with the disease. The best thing that I've done since my diagnosis.
I use the analogy, I'm wiping a tall table, right? I'm just doing this.
I was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2020, and I started coming here to Rocksteady Boxing in the spring of 2021.
Parkinson's disease is a gradually progressive neurodegenerative condition. Most people think about Parkinson's disease as a movement disorder because some of the main symptoms of Parkinson's include tremor, slowness, stiffness, and changes in walking and balance.
To get that diagnosis at first was shocking, even though I knew. I just had to say, okay, I'm going to get through this.
Parkinson's affects practically every part of your body, voice, even your handwriting.
I played pickleball for a few months, and I fell backwards, running backwards to get a shot, hit my head. It was kind of a wake-up call. Your brain kind of says move, but your body either won't move or it moves a millisecond later than it should.
When I was diagnosed by Dr. Hung down at Mass General, he said, if you've seen one Parkinson's, you've seen one Parkinson's. They can't forecast what it's going to be.
Everyone with Parkinson's is different. It's not something that changes over weeks or months, it changes over years and decades. When we look at animal models, animals that are forced to exercise actually protect the parts of the brain, the dopamine neurons that are affected in Parkinson's disease. And so when I counsel a person about their new diagnosis of Parkinson's, or when they've been living with it for a while, I really suggest that exercise is the most important thing that they can build into their regular routine, not only because it helps them move better, because it might actually slow down the progression of their symptoms.
Before I got diagnosed, I was reading a magazine and it talked about the Rocksteady program. I didn't know I had Parkinson's at the time. And 2 weeks later, I got diagnosed. So the thing is, I dug the article out of the recycle bin and called up Al and said, can I come join you?
Start light and build up.
Boxing and Parkinson's were meant to be. They're fighting Parkinson's, right? Boxing, you prepare for a fight.
I'm the founder and director of Urbanity Dance. We already knew then, 13 years ago, that there were so many health benefits for people with Parkinson's disease and dance.
Exercise is what helps with Parkinson's, so why not lean towards one of the tougher exercises?
If it didn't exist in Boston yet, why not work to make it happen?
My grandfather had Parkinson's, so that really made me motivated to want to help the Parkinson's community. When I saw that ping pong could help people with Parkinson's, both in terms of their motor symptoms and mentally, emotionally, I thought that this was the perfect combination of my two passions together. When they tell me that it really helps them feel better, get out of the house, makes them want to move, and something that they look forward to every week, that really brings a lot of purpose to what I do.
I was very nervous walking in because I hadn't played in years and I thought I was really going to suck. With the training of the coaches here, I've gotten much better than when I was a kid. So I'm playing now as well as I've ever played. It's gratifying to find I still have hand-eye coordination skills and can improve those.
No matter how old you are, you can rediscover, either rediscover or discover a new love, a new art, a new way of expressing ourselves. There are dancers I can remember who would walk into the space and say, I've never danced in my life, don't call me a dancer, I'm not a dancer. And then by the end of regularly taking the class, they were like, you know what, maybe I am a dancer.
The first time I arrived in the studio, I was impressed by the courage, I guess, of the other participants. When I first started, my left arm was not swinging. That's how I noticed that I had something going on. And that has improved.
My biggest thrill is seeing somebody a little more independent. When I stand next to him, the one that couldn't get up, and I can watch him get up on his own or her own and look at me with that look like, oh, I just stood up by myself. There's nothing better than that.
My body is stronger and I'm able to move easier. It's just as important as taking the medication, if not more important, you know, coming to class and working out and strengthening our body and our mind, you know, and friendships. There's a group of us women, we call ourselves the Women Warriors, and we send out group text messages throughout the week and support each other, and it's just a great thing to have.
I like the community here. Walking in the door, you always feel extremely welcomed and safe and known and cared for.
You feel like part of a family. There's just something magical about both the exercise and the energy, the release that is consistent with Parkinson's and treating Parkinson's and living with Parkinson's and having programs like Rocksteady, knowing about programs. Because if I didn't find that magazine, I don't know if I ever would have found Al and the program. So, you know, increasing awareness.
Having these types of programs, whether these are dance programs, boxing programs, ping pong programs, which are really grounded not only in science, but think about ways to incorporate movement into these programs. It really provides an amazing opportunity for people living with Parkinson's to stay active and to live their best lives.
Having a person who was on hospice, I feel like we helped him live longer than he could have without us. Being around him, seeing him happy and seeing him laughing in his last moments was great.
One wants to be in control of their life more so rather than less so. And I think that you have an opportunity to make change.
If for some reason the program didn't exist, I'd miss that in-person experience of dancing together with other people. The physical feeling you have at the end of a class, you don't have to accept that it's just all downhill. I feel really fortunate.
It's not a death sentence, you know. It's a challenge. I do believe that we're going to have a cure in my lifetime. I think we're that close, and when we do, it's going to be earth-shattering, because to not be able to pick up your grandkids is sad. I look forward to, you know, living many, many, many more years with it.